We're going to be talking about how you can create your own business. I want you to think about a time in your life where, when you were a kid, you were playing and it felt like you weren't playing, like it felt like you were playing for hours, but it didn't feel like time was actually like passing by. Like it was a timeless time. For me, when I was a kid, I used to literally play with mud and tree shrubs and all that, and like make little cooking dishes out of like grass and like berries and stuff. Just like play out in like outside and stuff. So you could tell I am a lot older than you guys. Back in the day, I had like a Nintendo, but I didn't even really play that much with the Nintendo. I played a lot of like playing home. So home felt like something that I can recreate when I was a kid. And now that I have my own business, I have a company that sells homes or helps you buy a home. Maybe it's your first time buying a home. Maybe it's an investment house. I help guide you to how to keep that home, make sure you pay monthly and have ownership. Ownership is a big deal. It's a very big difference between renting something and owning something. Like you can rent a car for vacation. You're going to Miami, you're going to rent a car, but you got to take good care of it because that's not yours. I mean, you have to take good care of it even if it is yours, but it's different. Like, you have to give it back. When it comes to owning, especially your home, you know that this is yours. You have a deed, a contract that says you and your family's family will always own this piece of land and this piece of home. So that's a big deal. And I never realized that that was the business that I would create. I used to play house when I was a kid, making food and dishes. And like, I really liked having, like, pretend that I was like a mom and all the other kids I was playing with, they were my children. But then that evolved into so much more. And that's where I want you guys to get a little bit creative on what kind of business you want to create. It's just like if you were making a drawing and you are drawing something, but then you rumple it up and then you throw it away because, it's just a rough draft and you're going to keep drawing, keep etching until you get exactly the type of drawing, exactly the type of planning that you wanted in that paper. That's what is the initial steps of creating a business. You're going to plan it out, the name of the business, who or what you want to serve, um, how do you want to serve, and then you're going to get even more clear on how that's going to go. When you get a good foundation of information about who, what, when, where about your business, I want you to start it right away as early as possible. Don't stop yourself from thinking, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, I want my company to be like Nike and it's not in that standard yet. If you think in that ways, you'll never get started. You will delay and delay something that could be even better than Nike one day. No one says that it's going to be excellent right off the bat, but it certainly can put you up in that arena, put you up in that field for business. So when you think about what kind of business, it always has to do with you and your joy and what you enjoy to do. Just like I was explaining, I enjoy to play house. What do you enjoy to do that you would do no matter how many hours it took? And that's initially what your purpose is. If you are willing to do something over and over again, and it brings you much joy, and you don't care how much money it costs or you're making, and you don't care how much hours you're putting into it, that is what you were designed to do. Now, when you find something that you're designed to do and you build a business out of it, you know that only you were created to do it that way. There might be someone else making tres leches, but only you can make tres leches the way that you do. Maybe you add a dash of cinnamon that no one else does, or like a special ingredient that only you have and you have the secret to. You have to think of it in that way because there's no reason for you to not be able to give your own special ingredient because everyone has a certain special ingredient. Everyone has a different way of saying something, doing something, and even everyone has a different joy. Not everyone has the same joy. Not everyone likes to play Nintendo or PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? So, really think about what you enjoy doing, what brings you joy. And it may start somewhere, whereas you want to do, fashion. And then 5 years down the road, you want to do engineering. And then 6 years down the road, you want to be a teacher. And that's okay. What if all of those things were meant to happen so that you can be that teacher about fashion and engineering? So don't hold your back from thinking that, okay, I have one idea, one thing, and I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. That's not necessarily the case. Colonel Sanders, he created KFC when he was 60 years old. He created his billion, probably billion, multi-million, billion-dollar business when he was 60. He could not have created it before then. It was just his time to create it when he was 60 because he needed to go through his journey of self discovery of the things that he needed to learn in order for him to go out there and make KFC. The same thing goes with you guys. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to take you 60 years to discover your multi-million dollar, billion dollar business. I'm saying you have to enjoy the journey all the way along while still focusing on the fact that you do want to make a business. Whether it's multimillionaire or not, that's your choice. Know that you, with your belief and your choice, can do anything. If you choose it to be a multi-million dollar um, business, it will be one. There's no reason for it not to be one. Do you know why? Because you chose that and you're already thinking, like your head's going to be thinking of ways that it's going to be a multimillionaire. It's going to be very successful. Now, it's your turn when that happens, when you make that choice, to be discerning. If you guys know what discerning means being a filter. Your brain will give you multiple ideas, many ideas, but you need to filter through all of those ideas to make sure that you are choosing the right ideas to go to the fastest, most efficient way of becoming that $1 million business. How? You follow your heart. Your brain gives you the ideas, but your heart is actually speaking to your brain about these ideas. Some ideas might be very exciting, but might not be peaceful. Some ideas might just be peaceful, might be thrilling, but also it is joyful and peaceful. You want to follow that joy and that peace. You don't want to follow that excitement because that excitement doesn't always lead you to the fastest route. That excitement might give you a lot of energy and you might go towards that, but then you might feel stuck and you might end up turning around or, going in a circle until you go to that route of peace and joy. So that's why I'm telling you now, you can try this out for yourself. If you want to go the fastest route, the most efficient way, follow your peace, follow your joy. If you want to learn a lot of lessons that you don't necessarily need to, but you are excited and you have a lot of energy, go the excitement route. You will still learn lessons when you follow your heart, you follow your joy and your peace. But these lessons are foundational, just like Colonel Sanders had to learn foundational lessons in order for him to create KFC. And maybe at certain points he didn't follow his heart and he got bogged down by society. He got bogged down by how he learned how to manage his money through his parents, through his grandparents. And that's why it took him that long to reach success. But we don't know. We only know that he reached the success. That meant he put in enough love into his ideas and taking it one step at a time, making that business. If it failed, he'll do it again. If he fall down, he'll walk again. He'll take the next step. He took enough steps until he reached that goal. And you never know when you're going to reach that goal. All you know is that you will reach that goal. You don't know when you will. All you know is you will. And that's the difference between someone being super successful and someone trying to be successful and ended up just not going to where their dream led them to. Those who are super successful don't care about giving up. They will keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until they strike gold. Those who don't want to be successful give up when they fail or give up after the fifth failure. Basically, there's one choice: never give up. If you never give up, you will be successful. The same with my business. It took 5 years to really establish this business, really give myself my own name and my brand. I changed my name over the time. I changed my business name over the time. Sorry, I changed my business name over the time and then I changed my business name again. And then I had to change how my business was operating. I had so many failures along the way. But I can say this now, I'm glad that I didn't give up because I never knew the amount of success and the way I could help people this year alone if I gave up last year. So, how could I have told myself the future? But it was joyful for me. It was blissful for me to keep going just to see how meaningful it was to help other people in real estate. So I kept going because it was peaceful and it was, it touched my heart that I could do something like that for other people. And that's what made me keep going as well. It was a dream I didn't even realize that I would have. So don't get bogged down when people say you're still going at this or you're going to fail. Like, why would you even try this? You're going to fail. If you believe people that say that, first of all, those who say that actually are the ones who are not willing to try anything and they're angry at you for even trying. Because everyone, like I said, has their own secret sauce. They have that potential to become so successful. Some people actually aim for that success, some people do not. and they may be angry at you for aiming someplace that they don't have the courage to aim for. So do not take them seriously. I don't care how close they are to you. You don't use other words from people in places that you don't want to be in to help advise you on your business and your life.